Hi everyone, welcome to the very first video of my YouTube channel. And as the first video, the first thing I should probably tell you is what this channel is about. I know that, on YouTube you're supposed to have a very clear niche and a clear channel identity. But I'm treating this like a long-term personal experiment. And what I'm going to do is the exact opposite of that, actually. So I'm just going to talk about things that I'm generally interested in myself. Things like, self-development, real estate investing, philosophy, books, various sports and hobbies I have like chess or, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and just kind of see where things take me. Maybe I'll get some feedback from you guys saying, this was cool, or can you make some more content on that? Or maybe I'll personally just naturally gravitate towards certain topics that I enjoy talking about. But for now, I don't really have a specific thing that I'm going to, make videos about. And I'm just going to take it like a general experiment. And there's a few reasons that I chose to do it this way, instead of the way of picking a niche, being very clear in your messaging and thinking everything out and just kind of trying to zone it in from the start. And the reason that I'm doing this is, firstly, starting a YouTube channel is something that I've been kind of dabbling with in my head for a few years now. And I just never got around to it because it's kind of like getting a tattoo, right? You think, I could make a channel about this, talking about this, and then, you don't get around to it. And then after a couple of months, you're like, maybe that's not as cool. Maybe I should do it about this or that. And it's just been like that for a long time now. And I just never got around to starting an actual channel because, I kept switching back and forth, right? So procrastination was a huge factor. And now I just thought, what, screw all that. I'm just going to start. I'm just going to put stuff out and see where it takes me. I got that inspiration from this book, Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson. And in spirit, it's kind of like that. This book is a bit more business oriented. So he's saying, when it comes to business, you should have a starving crowd and you should have your optimum selling strategy figured out and stuff from the get-go. So it's a little bit different, but in spirit, the idea of ready, fire, aim, right? The idea of just taking imperfect action instead of just procrastinating and trying to get something perfect from the start. And I think that's what I'm trying to adopt here. And the second reason, I have some written down here, is for speed, right? So because I'm going to talk about things that I'm personally interested in, like I said, personal development or real estate, which is my field of work, or, like books that I read, or, sports. All these things are things that I do anyway. So, I won't need to spend any time kind of thinking about content, trying to create some specific type of content that, is going to resonate with a specific crowd. I can create a lot more content just because I'm talking about things that I'm interested in already and things that I know about already. Maybe I have to do a little bit more, research to, kind of make it a little bit more helpful to people. But in general, I can just make videos about things that I know about and are interested in already. So I can create a lot more, a lot faster. And by creating more and creating faster, I think that's going to help make my videos, better over time, much faster than trying to, produce, edit, and do all these fancy things and put out one perfect video after another perfect video, taking months to create maybe one video or whatever. So I think, this kind of method is a lot more organic and natural because I'm just being myself, right? And I'm just putting out things that I generally care about. So that's reason number 2. And reason number 3 is, to be honest with you, I'm doing this for a selfish kinds of reason, right? It's like, obviously I want people to watch my videos and get value from it, in terms of, entertainment or knowledge or even a new perspective that maybe I'm able to share. And obviously I want it to be helpful to people. But at the end of the day, a big factor in me starting this channel is because, by creating content about things and by trying to talk about things to the camera, I'm having to organize my thoughts and having to kind of deliberate these ideas in my mind and having to, practice how to pontificate on these topics. And by doing so, it benefits me as well. It's kind of like there's a famous scientist called something Feynman. I forgot his first name. And he came up with this thing called the Feynman technique, where, as a scientist, he deals with a lot of complex topics. And he said that, if you are able to break it down, understand it fully, break it down, and you're able to explain and teach it in a very simple way, that's actually the best way for you to learn that topic yourself. So I kind of feel that as well personally, because there's, throughout the years, I've written some blog posts and things like that. And every time I write about something, it sticks with me. Every time I put something out, I remember it. It's kind of like, I'm sure you've had this experience too, where you have a general memory, but then you took a picture of that memory, and just by taking that picture, that one specific moment becomes, calcified in your own memory. It sticks to you in some way because you took that picture. So it's kind of like that with my learning. I can read book after book, and then kind of they would just blend into each other and kind of get muggy in your own mind. But instead of that, if you're able to kind of take a photograph of that piece of knowledge and present it and teach it in some way, then it sticks with you a lot more and a lot longer. So, that's another reason that I want to do it this way instead of, being very specific from the start. So that was kind of a ramble on, the introduction to my YouTube channel. But, that's my general idea. So, if you'd like to kind of just stick with me throughout this journey, please do. Please hit subscribe. Let me know, like, if you have any ideas for, content as well. I'm always happy to hear. And going forward, I'll be trying to create as much as possible. It's not going to be, very highly produced, edited content. It's just going to be, generally just kind of like me talking or me sharing things with you and, trying to keep it simple. But at the same time, like I said, I hope you get value from it as well. So that's it for this introductory video. And, I hope you subscribe and see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.